increases and became a lot faster compared to what we are keeping at home. Nothing beats the natural sunlight.
With better use of equipment and technology, their collection has grown and includes more valuable exotic plants that they source from regions as far away as the Amazon. Some unique varieties could fetch more than 10,000 Singapore dollars a pot.
When we talk about the value of the plants, because during this COVID period, a lot of people, they cannot travel, they cannot do things that of the norm. So this plant hobby actually goes all the way up. And the supply of the plants around Singapore is also not a lot. When the supply is low, the demand is high. Naturally, the prices will shoot up. So we're talking about some plants that 5 years ago, 10 years ago, that cost only $20. And nobody really want that plant so much. So for that same particular plant today, during the COVID period, $20 plant can easily go up to $1,000, $2,000 or few $1,000 plant.
For the four friends, turning their passion into an enterprise has helped them recoup some of their investments. It also helps pay bills such as rent, fertilizers and other related costs to run the greenhouse. With dark clouds looming on the horizon for Singapore's economy amid the recent wave of COVID-19 infections, it's contributions from small businesses such as these that could help the city-state in its recovery.
It's no fluke that India was slammed by back-to-back devastating cyclones this month. Scientists warn climate change is causing the Indian Ocean to heat up rapidly, and that is churning up more cyclones and more intense storms. The Indian Ocean is the world's third largest body of water, covering 20% of Earth, flanked by Asia, Australia and Africa. The western side, Arabian Sea, where temperatures hover below 28 degrees Celsius, recorded 93 cyclones in the 20th century. Multiply that by nearly fourfold for the warmer eastern side, the Bay of Bengal. Worries are the Arabian Sea temperatures are catching up. Experts say the entire Indian Ocean is warming up faster than the Atlantic or Pacific. Last week, Cyclone Tauktae, among the most powerful storm in decades, formed in the Arabian Sea, slammed into India's western coast, killing at least 150 people. This week, Cyclone Yas, which formed over the Bay of Bengal, hit the east coast of India, killing at least 5 people. Scientists say India is very vulnerable because 1 out of 7 people live on the coast, and that number is projected to triple in the next few decades. Now, you may have seen many social media posts of people crafting at home during Singapore's circuit breaker period. CNA's On the Red Dot throws a spotlight on some young Singaporeans who have eschewed corporate jobs and turned their crafts into careers.
I feel like we share the same struggle of turning our passion into business, actual money. And it's very interesting to see all these Singaporeans working really hard. Some even traveled overseas. Like Ahmad, he went to like Indonesia to learn wood crafting. And it's interesting to see. I can relate to it because it's same with YouTube. Everybody wants to become a YouTube creator for various reasons, but those who are able to succeed, they're not driven by money. They're driven by passion because it takes a lot of time to get that viewership and subscribers. And that was the same with all these crafters I met. And they're really passionate about their work. And yeah.
All right, Ahmed, let's bring you into the conversation. We understand you've had a good run working in the entertainment industry as a tech crew before turning to woodworking. And what's unique about your work is that a lot of it is made of sustainable materials. Now, how has the change of career been for you? And tell us more about your work.
Change of career wouldn't be any much difference because the day that I found the biggest pile of wood was actually outside of Victoria Theatre while I was working at under Esplanade. It was actually a lumbus reclaimed by the project at the old Parliament House. And it was the beginning, and I documented every single trip from the first day of when I first started woodworking as a passion. And all the way has been thrilling. It's been fun, crazy, I would say. The struggle was unexpectedly real. I didn't expect it to be really, really tough. And I'm glad that I have prevailed and succeed in all this journey, right? With not just by myself, with whole new people, with my team, strangers that I meet, the people that wanted to learn, and for my partner and my support for my family. They have been awesome. Without a doubt, they trust me 100% that the thing that I wanted to do as a woodworker, as a furniture maker, was really backed up by them. They were like my backbone that supports me to go through all this trouble.
It really takes a village. Gib, besides woodworking, what other sorts of crafts did you come across? What surprised you the most?
I also learned pasta making, leatherworking, and also crochet. And I think crochet surprised me the most because I didn't know it was so difficult to make all those stitches. And there's so many patterns, and it's something my grandma used to do. Grandma and grandpa in Japan used to do as their career. And I feel like I appreciate more of her work because I went through all the struggles and difficulties of making a crochet piece. And it was very interesting to see the spirit and dedication of the craft people in Singapore. And as a foreigner, I didn't really see made in Singapore things, right? But I'm very confident that made in Singapore things will perhaps become a thing in Singapore and throughout the other world after hosting this 4 episodes.
Fascinating stuff. And Ahmed, before we let you go, in an age where everything is sort of mass-produced, how challenging has it been to bring back that appeal of handmade furniture? And would you say there's been a sort of growing interest in made-in-Singapore furniture?
Definitely, there's a lot of great interest. It has been around for a very long time. It's just that it takes some time to get the awareness that imperfection is actually a good thing, right? Given an example, for if you were to use a reclaimed wood, it will actually help you promote the environment. It will actually give you more character to your product. It gives you a story tale to tell your friends and family who comes to your house, and the pride of having a patriotic pride to say that a Singaporean actually made this. And it has been a pleasure to actually serve all my customers. And it will always have a story that lasts you, and you can pass it down as a heirloom to your children and grandchildren.
Cicadas are making a comeback, and they have arrived by the billions throughout the US East Coast and are even making their Olympic debut.
Look, he is lifting weights. That's how I got my shot where he was doing it with just one little feeble arm. And it looks like he's really lifting the whole thing.
Self-proclaimed crazy cicadas lady and professional photographer Oksana Ware is holding creative photo shoots for these insects. Besides a few Olympians just hanging in her backyard, Ware has superstar cicadas rocking out in a band and college graduates, complete with their own mortarboard and diploma. Ware fabricated dollhouse-sized settings to showcase the cicadas, and she even has some of them queuing up for a vaccine shot. Now that's Asia Now. For this hour, headlines anytime at CNA.Asia. Plus, we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
Look forward to brighter skies. The weather, sponsored by Qatar Airways.